Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are running the Rapid Marshal. That means we got the Rapid Large Missile Launchers with the Rapid Firing Tactical Module. And it should be good. I'm gonna try to do a couple of labs right off the bat, depending on how I feel about the tank currently. Because I'm used to doing the 5 million lab with the defense tactical module. I have not had a chance to do any of the labs with the rapids. So we're going to do that a little bit today. So let's go ahead and go to Mbeki.
Fleet jump.
And see what we can do.
Warp drive active.
The rapids are really good on this ship. When you're sitting at a little bit below 5,000 DPS for a high-tech ship that's just doing nothing but essentially autopiloting itself, it really does make a world of difference on clear times and just general comfortability. You don't have to worry so much about switching targets like we showed off yesterday. And it's just a good time. Speaking of yesterday, forgot to turn my auto orbit back on. Alright. Let's go ahead and fleet warp in there.
Fleet warp.
Something I really should have considered here.
Warp drive active.
Would be running 2 group shield boosters.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Trying to get all of my stuff back up and running. Okay, there we go. Now we're up and running. The Rapids in general are just one of my favorite weapon systems in the game. They're very quick activating.
Ships detected.
They deal decent damage across the board. They don't fall in line with typical missile systems, where most missile systems you're going to want to have like extremely high damage, and usually it'll be with the trade-off of having longer activation times. The Rapids can just do what they need to without an issue, and not having to wait so long in between each shot. the rapids that I have currently going are C-types, and they have a 3-second activation time. That is less than half the activation time of a large shield booster. So I can fire twice for every one activation of a shield booster, which equates to me being ahead of the damage.
Enemy ships detected.
This is the fit that I will very likely continue to run from here on out with the rapid rapids. Since the launch missiles were good, but they weren't good enough for me. Having a little bit of lag here. Not really sure why. These probably need to come out a little bit and not interfere.
Enemy ships detected. We're being warp scrambled.
The other nice thing about this setup is
We're under
we
attack.
absolutely tear through smaller ships, which is what these rapids are
We're
designed to
under
do.
attack.
So the faster they get through these smaller enemies, the faster we're actually going to be clearing these waves.
We're under attack.
With the rapids and the rapid module, we're sitting at about 4,700 DPS. No gold core, no purple core. And it really does feel a lot better than what the Marshal did last week.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Just gonna keep an eye on my HP on all my ships.
Attack.
One of the problems with this setup is you cannot run a split weapon set. Mainly due to those weapon sets will start to turn off because they're clearing enemies faster than the other one can activate, and then right as it activates, it turns off. So I've had to group everything together. Things I have as a backup in these kind of labs, I've got a damage control and I've got group shield boosters on each one of my ships. Between my current tank and what I had, there's about a 8% resistance difference overall. So I will definitely have to look at using the damage control when there's too many enemies. Cool. That was not a problem at the 4 million. The 5 million is where we could see a problem. So let's go ahead and grab that. It is 2 jumps away. In the air. So let's go ahead and jump to Fart.
Fleet jump.
And we'll go do the 5 million mission after we get to the air. This will be the sort of ultimate test for these ships. I want to be able to have the maximum amount of DPS that I can have while having the minimum amount of tank. So I am very optimal in my clear times with these ships. So before this update, these ships were sitting about 3,600 DPS, 3,800 DPS. The update did a lot of good for these.
Fleet jump.
The excess tank that they got is also really nice.
Warp drive active.
Normally I would be at 48% with my current setup. However, with the update giving it a 40% shield resistance, instead of the 33%, I am now more similar to my tanky build than I had previously. There's an Inquisitor in here, which I don't think I need to do. Let's go ahead and head into this mission.
Warp drive active.
We will be using the DPS modules once we get to a point where I feel uncomfortable with the amount of DPS that is coming in. You can see here the modules are having troubles themselves keeping activated between enemies going down.
Enemy ships detected.
So wave 3 for a 5 million-isk mission is going to be similar to the last wave of the 4 million-isk mission. So I do have to keep an eye out at that point.
We're being warp scrambled.
I wish the Marshal had access to like a shield field generator or a shield command burst on top of the group shield booster. It would just make these ships that much better.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, here's wave 3. This is gonna be equivalent to the last wave of the mission we just did. You can see my shield going down here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and activate the group shield boosters. Give it just that little bit more healing. And once we get through some more of these enemies, we'll be positive on tank and it'll be just fine. It is taking just enough time to get my shields back up at the last part of this wave. So wave 4 is going to be a little scarier. I was hoping they would choose a different ship. I would almost prefer if they chose my main character. But they are a little bit further away, so the damage isn't going to be coming in as harshly. You can see here I'm already doing better on tank than I was the last wave because they spawned further away. And I can clear out more of them during that time period. they are hitting pretty hard. But it's not too bad. Once we clear out some of these battleships, we should be a lot better off. Okay, now it's healing back up a little bit. Give it some time to heal up here. Hopefully they choose someone other than my weakened ship.
We're under attack.
Yep, okay, good. That's good.
We're under attack.
This is the last wave, so we're gonna go ahead and activate our DPS modules to try to clear out as quickly as possible. And I'm gonna wait as long as possible to try not to activate my damage control. It looks like we've made it work. The DPS isn't coming in heavy. They are splitting DPS between my ships. And I have not had to use the damage control yet. I'm debating whether or not to drop the damage control in favor of
We're under
a red or a yellow, but I do like the 25 seconds of essentially immunity while I clear out a wave.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yep, these are just fine. Alright, so we've seen that we can pretty comfortably complete the 5 millionist mission and the 4 millionist mission, which means you can do the 5.5 millionist mission so long as a cyan does not spawn. If a cyan spawns, this fit will not handle it. So do not risk that.
Fleet jump.
Very nice.
Warp drive active.
That was very quick and easy clear. Hey, Azum, how you doing? Good to see you again.
Fleet warp.
We,
Drive active.
we just completed the 4 million lab and the 5 million lab without a problem in these ships, so I'm pretty happy with the tank that I've got. I think this is the minimum tank I would want to clear that. And it's certainly too much tank when I look at, like, the regular missions.
Enemy ships detected.
We are running the rapid rapids. Rapid fire module, rapid launches. On a 3-second cooldown, activation time.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Well, I appreciate you watching the VOD. And you don't have to feel like you have to
We're
be
under
here.
attack.
I know things happen. I wonder why it wouldn't let you log in, though.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Nice. Lots of... Ugh.
We're under attack.
Lots of good stuff.
We're under attack.
Well, what'd you think of the large missiles plus the rapid fire module? Is that kind of interesting? Yeah, I mean, a 6-second cooldown on large missiles is really good. I think with my current setup and running large missiles instead of the rapids, it's very possible it has a chance to outperform. The application is the only thing that I would be missing. Nice. We got a 5 millionist lab in perimeter.
Ships detected. We're under attack.
I don't think any ship in the game boasts that kind of activation time for weapon systems that are considered like the sniper module equivalent. I think lasers are pretty decent with activation time, so I hope someone who is actually skilled into lasers can show that off. Because I think lasers, pulse, and beam have the same activation time, or very close to it.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Large missiles are also a little bit more involved with trying to manage what you're shooting at and things. Yeah, I mean, cruiser, the medium rapids are like 7 seconds, aren't they? $6 seconds. So you're firing off large missiles the same rate that a medium rapid would be firing off.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
And I cannot wait to see a couple of these set up with covert ops and rapid fire torpedoes, because that'll be hilarious. The torpedoes had a slightly faster activation time than the large missiles. And if you get like any sort of capital ship that you can catch, oh man, these things are gonna tear them apart.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
I think the only downside I found with the I I looked at the stats for them, but I haven't actually ran them yet. The only downside that I found to the large missiles is I just don't have enough skills overall to make them one-shot frigates and destroyers. Because if they were one-shotting frigates and destroyers, they would be outpacing the rapids. Yeah, it's all the expensive ones too.
Warp drive active.
You can see here, I've got a lot of the large upgrades fully maxed, but it's like the precision guidance stuff, 60,000 Concord credits. This you have to buy on the market,
We're under attack.
so it'll be a while.
We're
But I
under
think the
attack.
torpedoes are going to be very interesting if you can get them to apply. And the large missiles are definitely going to be the best option with
We're
really
under
good
attack.
skills. The torpedo setup with my current set, it puts me at 6,000 DPS without activating anything. And then once activating, I think I was at like 9,000 some odd DPS.
Enemy ships detected.
9,800, I want to say. On the torpedoes. I could probably drop a couple of damage mods and throw in more guidance computers.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
The torpedoes had pretty good range on them as well. They had like 35-kilometer range. That's not bad for torpedoes.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so I'm used to like large torpedoes and torpedoes in general having like 22 to 25-kilometer range. But 35 is really quite good.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
The other thing that's nice about the rapid fire module on here is that extra scan resolution. It just puts it that much quicker to lock and continue firing. Helps the bounty tick. You don't get that on most other tactical modules.
Warp drive active.
A little bit higher.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
And that 20% reduction in damage per hit. If that wasn't there, oh man.
Enemy ships detected.
But I feel it's fairly balanced. I also wonder how the, like, large cannons would do with the Marshal. If they can get the large missiles, which have a 16-second activation time, down to 6.5 or 7 seconds, the large cannons must be pretty quick.
Fleet war.
Warp drive active.
I'm sure they can get the large cannons down to like 8 or 9 seconds activation. No, I have no skills for cannons.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
All of my skills are currently dumped into mining, missiles, and drones.
Enemy ships detected.
You know, because of those large missiles, it makes me want to have the level 45
Detected.
missile implant. Nice. I played around with railguns for a little while, but I didn't stay around for them since I just like missiles more. What even is the current snub-nosed railgun activation time for launch? .8. That means you would have a 3.2 or 3.4 second activation time on snub-nosed railguns.
Autopilot engaged.
Maybe faster, considering all of the gyro stabilizers, or what was the railgun one? Magnetic
Warp drive
stabilizers?
active.
Yep, I do like a good brawl.
Warp drive active.
So, once I can get a purple and a gold nanocore for this ship, I can actually have a sub 2-second activation time when I activate all of my missile
Destination reached.
damage mods. My missile damage mods.
Fleet warp.
Sub 2-second is small weapons
Warp drive
category.
active.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, small snub-nosed railguns and small autocannons are like a 1.2-second activation time.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
No, they have 4
Enemy
seconds.
ships detected.
Okay. Now that's a heck of a comparison. My large rapids fire faster than a stock snub-nosed, small snub-nosed railgun. Yeah, what's cannons at? Small autocannon. That's a 4-second activation too.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Let me find out for you real quick. I'm pretty sure it was accuracy, fall off, tracking
We're
speed, and
under
damage.
attack.
Weather fire disruptor, laser, missile, railgun. Yeah, so railguns get damage, accuracy, fall off, and tracking speed.
Fleet warp.
Yeah, I mean, you can still use it as a brawler. Accuracy fall off on the snub nose is actually pretty good. And the extra tracking would help you with smaller ships like frigates. Run that with like the Citadel module, and you'll have enough tracking to deal with most frigates. I feel like this is how rapid fire missiles should have been,
Enemy ships detected.
not the 6 or 7 second activation time they've been stuck with. But I get in comparison with like the large missiles, it actually was rapid.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting problem that I encountered. Um, and so stacking the missiles is the only way to keep them all activating.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Look at this constant stream of missiles. Like, they're activating so fast, the animation doesn't even have enough time to keep up with it.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. Fleet warp.
I probably will,
Drive active.
as long as it allows me to keep my implants that I have and just reset their levels. What I would do is I would take everything I have, probably upgrade to the gold level 45 missile implant,
We're under attack.
and then max out the drone, the aerospace implant that I have. I don't fly my drone ships all that often, but when I do, I'd like to have that aerospace implant active
Enemy
at level
ships
30.
detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
What about you? You thinking about resetting implants or anything like that? Gotta hear that is the hardest way.
Enemy ships detected.
I hate that I have that Christmas song stuck in my head every single time I see these enemies in Caldari space, the Kalakiotas.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Well, what implants do you use the most? Do you fly drones the most, or do you fly missiles the most? Or do you want to fly rails more in the near future?
Enemy ships detected.
See here, I have 4 implants, and I would probably drop the mining enhancement and the tactical defense to pump it into the aerospace 25 to get it to level 30. Yeah, it does take a long time to skill into a new weapon system. It's not too bad when you're just going up through the levels, but once you're already at the top and you want to do something new, it does take a while. And at least in Eve Echoes, having 440 isn't terrible, and it'll make do. Preferably 550 or 554 would be much better. But you can certainly get away on most ships having like 450 or 440.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
I've already got like a funny video stream thing that I want to do next year. And I'll keep planning around that so I can have that. Yeah, 555 is certainly the goal and the target for everybody. But if you just want to get into something and start using it and having fun with it, 450 is more than enough. Most ships don't even get like skill bonuses from having the expert level.
Enemy ships detected. We're being warp scrambled. We're under attack.
Eventually, what I want to do is have full skills to basically fly every ship in the game. But but that's like a 10-year goal. Because it takes a year for each weapon system and then another year for like battleships and dreadnoughts and carriers and super carriers for each one of those. And then if Titans get released, it'll be like 3 years to skill into a Titan.
We're under attack.
Yeah, it's definitely a very long-term goal, but it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Ever since watching EVE Online and going, man, all these ships just look awesome. Why can't I fly all of them?
Fleet warp.
So at a basic level, I'm really looking at like 550. And then like the specialty ships are the ones that use expert skills. And that's a problem.
Warp drive active.
That's the only reason why that's gonna be a problem is because of the expert ships.
We're under attack. We're under
So,
attack.
because of that 20% capacitor increase, these ships are now cap stable at 36% capacitor without the Nosferatus. I need to find something that I can drop one of these Nosferatus for. I just don't know what that's gonna be. I don't really like any of the options we have in game right now. I have no use for half of them since I'm in high sec.
Enemy ships detected.
And they won't affect AI ships.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, I could put a scanner on. I think these things are okay at scanning, aren't they? If a covert ops cloak was like a mid slot and not a low slot, I'd run that.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
under attack.
If I could run a shield command burst on this ship, I would run that.
Under attack.
Yeah. I don't know if I would do combat exploration in anything other than high sec with this. People are bloodthirsty for a kill mail on a Marshal.
Enemy ships detected.
Oh look, it's that minefield that I can just like spawn ancient debris with.
Enemy ships detected.
Spawning the ancient debris or going out to nullsec with a Marshal. Because both seem ridiculous. I'm almost certain that within my corp, if they saw me show up with a Marshal, one of them will probably try to gank me. I don't have a lot of trust with them.
Warp drive active.
It may not even be my corp, it may just be within the Alliance, but when there's something like this on the field, you don't want to fuck around.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Well, we're at a little under 800 million from my two alts. So I can consider dropping all of that ISK into my main character again. which would put me at 30 billion.
Enemy ships detected.
Plus the extra, like, 220 to 250 billion worth of assets that I'm sitting on. We're only, like, just about halfway to the cost of a supercarrier. I don't know, I guess I'm just judging the cost of a supercarrier to what I have, because
Fleet war.
because of my goal of making a ship worth 1 trillion ISK, especially a battleship.
Warp drive
Ah,
active.
honestly, the Rogue Bomber is such a good ship. I have seen those things do some wild things. My corp was taking them into, capital, anomalies,
Attack.
like capital test anomalies, and they were just, like, having no problem.
We're under attack.
Of course, it was a fleet of them, but that's impressive to say the least. My best friend went with the Maelstrom bomber, and as he was carrying, I think it was like a couple billion worth of
Enemy ships detected.
dead space material out to nullsec, he was jumped by a Macarial. He and the Macarial fought it to the last little bit of health. I think he was left with like 100 health to try to get away after he killed the Macarial.
Enemy ships detected.
He was, his fit was similar to what you see me using here, and the Macarial was, like full tank, shield extender, 2 reds, a yellow, shield booster, and I can't remember if he had a, cap battery or not on that Macarial. But somehow, he managed to survive that. Think I can... No, I don't think I can go that far back in the court logs to find that kill mail. It was like
Warp
a
drive
week
active.
after the rope bomber came out. And the Maelstrom bomber.
We're under attack. We're
Yeah, there's a lot of kill mails in the corp log that I'd have to sift through to try to find it. That particular guy that jumped him was well known in our space for flying that material and having a level 45 barrage implant. I'm surprised he survived.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
2-second activation time. And with an AI implant, it's gonna be less than 2 seconds. Level 45 and rapid fire would be insane. This is why they didn't give it to the Azazel. No, what was it called? What's the new faction version of the material? That is exactly the reason why they did not give it.
Fleet war.
But of course, it's fine on an 80 billion-ish ship. Marzio, yes, thank you.
Warp drive active.
It's gonna take me a while to try to remember those new names. We've been stuck with the old ones for so long.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, I need a... Ooh. Nice. We're getting closer to that 10 million bounty tick on these. I'm holding out hope for that new Star Core.
Enemy ships detected. Fleet Warp.
You know,
Warp drive active.
thinking about the Marshal and the blue core they gave it, why have they not allowed people to, like, upgrade their core from one tier to the next?
We're under attack.
Say you have a blue core, you could use a whole bunch of different materials to try to upgrade it to a purple core, and still have the same stats as what the blue core would have for your choices, but then it could get those upgrade options that, like, the purple cores have. Of course, it would make it not be able to be sold on the market again once you upgrade it to that level.
Enemy ships detected. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. Fleet Warp.
Warp drive active.
Don't know what my web fire is doing. That's a little odd. Look at my web fire down here.
Enemy ships
Not
detected.
activating, it won't deactivate. I'm gonna have to dock in order to get that module back online, I think. Because we can't turn modules on and off in this game yet. No idea. It's odd. Yeah, I've had that particular glitch happen with, like, individual main weapons. I've had it happen with individual mid slots. I haven't had it happen with low slots, which is interesting. And I wonder if that's like the same effect as what those drones were doing back in the day, where they would just sit around and do nothing.
Fleet warp.
Just odd.
Warp drive active.
Oh, am I gonna get stuck on the... Yes, I am.
Enemy ships detected.
Collision. In my space game, I think not.
Enemy ships detected.
Didn't I do the lab that was here? Okay, I guess we get to do another 5 millionist lab. See where it goes. We did one earlier, and it went pretty okay.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
Okay. So we're just looking for any sort of reason that I should have to use my group boosters, which will probably be wave 3. And then wave 4 will be sort of a tank test with the group shield boosters. And wave 5 will be whether or not I actually have to use my damage control.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay.
Enemy ships detected.
Which one is being targeted? Okay, bottom left. Yep. Let's go ahead and use the group shield boosters.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Alright, we're already healing ahead of the DPS, so that's fine. Wave 4.
We're under attack.
Will be coming up soon. Okay, for a moment there, they swapped targets onto my main. Now I don't think they have anything really left to do damage.
Enemy ships detected.
They're sort of far away, so that's good. That'll save me some DPS. And it looks like we're splitting DPS between two battleships, so let me go ahead and select another two battleships to take out, so we're not having to worry about that DPS.
We're under attack.
And still good, still doing alright on tank. With a few more shield skills, this might not be so bad. But it is a little sketchy. I'm hoping that wave 5 will choose my main ship as the one to target. I don't like my ults being targeted, because they do have lower health pools. Okay, let's see how far away wave 5 spawns.
Enemy ships detected.
Right on top
We're
of us,
under
okay.
attack. We're under attack.
Okay, my main ship is being targeted, that's good. It's one less thing I have to worry about. Now just DPS the heck out of them.
Attack.
Boy, that's a mess going on in this screen.
Attack.
Okay, they are splitting DPS, which makes this a lot easier. You can see all three of my ships are being targeted by different ships.
We're under attack.
It certainly feels a little bit sketchy during this last wave, but it looks alright. I'm not used to having this little of tank for doing this kind of a mission.
We're under attack.
Yeah, and a Mar Lab would be way sketchier. I'd have to put on a yellow. But actually, The Amar lab wouldn't matter to me because I have the same damage resistance across the board. So it may not even matter if it was Amar with lasers. Alright. Not bad. I did not have to activate my damage control.
Warp drive active.
Which is something I actually did have to do when I was running the defense tactical module. Yeah, that was good. I think I'm definitely a little more confident in my fit now that I've done a couple of those 5 million-isk labs, one in Foreign and one in Perimeter, so I've got Galente and Caldari covered. Caldari is a lot more deadly than the ones in Galente space are, because of their spread weapon system and damage. So if there is a weakness, they will find it.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
A shield command burst would be so nice to have on the Marshal. Just can't use it,
Fleet
because
war.
that's a battlecruiser thing.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
Once I have like, the Marauders, what I may do is go around to all four of the empires and just, like, see if I can find systems that are similar to what I'm doing right now. And just show it off and just rotate between them for videos. That could be fun.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, binary islands. Or fake high-tech islands, if you want to call it. Because we already know all of the actual high-tech islands. What we don't know is systems like Perimeter and Foreign, where they bounce between each other for missions.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I'm just super happy with this rapids. It'll be hard for me to swap out to something else unless I'm significantly better at clearing.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, and that's the same feeling I have with where I'm at. It's hard for me to move away from Gina, since a lot of what I do is just centered around Gina. It's almost the main reason I don't like being out in Nullsec is because I'm so far away from a main trade hub, and corporations just don't have a good uh, system set up for buying and selling stuff. Maybe when Fortizars come, we can finally have
Enemy ships detected.
like a Corp or Alliance-based trade hub out in Nullsec instead of these
We are
Corp
under
missions
attack.
and things that are awful.
We are under attack. Enemy ships detected.
Oh, we're on our last mission of the day. Darn. That went pretty well. 2 hours of missions and not too bad. We actually got 2 5 millionist missions and a 4 million lab. We learned that the ships can handle the DPS of a 5 million, no problem. It feels sketchy, but it actually is okay.
Fleet warp.
The DPS increase is certainly what helped keep my ships alive, because I was struggling pretty hard
Warp drive active.
considering that I had the extra resistance from the damage tactical module, defense tactical module, sorry.
We are under attack. We are under attack. Enemy ships detected. We are under attack. We are under attack.
Yeah, definitely. It really does help taking DPS off of the field faster than it is to have more tank,
Enemy
because
ships detected.
you'll make a much larger difference taking ships off of the field. than you will get out of like 2% damage resistance. Alright, well, that was it. That was everything I was gonna do today. I hope it's been a pretty good showcase of what the rapid fire large missiles will do with the rapid module. And I thank you so much for coming and having conversation with me.
Autopilot engaged.
I will see you next time, and if you'll please go to my YouTube channel, it is Orion Ikeoa, just as you see here. I post
Warp
most
drive
of my
active.
VODs on that YouTube, and it gives me a chance to communicate with you when I'm not streaming. I appreciate every little bit you guys do for me. Thank you so much, and have fun.